IronMouse situation. Yeah, I don't know what it is. My own guess, to be honest, is either he wants to talk about people trying to ship him with her despite him saying no, which basically, by the way, remember what I said about like people being shipped with each other? I'm like, shipping people, it's fine. As long as they don't say no. When they say no, you basically stop, which is my position on it. Or she was target of more attacks because I know a lot of people are hating on IronMouse and I don't really understand why, but you know, people. Now people just started bitching about Mousey for no reason again. Oh, really? But who the fuck does that? Because like it's all the time and she's very lovely and adorable. I can't find a single thing that I don't like about Mousey. She's not even part of the people that are like leading the shoujo that you could like being like mad at them. Unlike you, Mousey is precious and must be protected. She's also very strong, unlike you, Silver, you little piece of shit.
It's going to be a long-winded rant, and if you like that, welcome. Come join the Angry British Man. And if not, don't worry, my normal videos will resume after this one. I just had to talk about this. I feel like online lately, it has been a miserable experience for any of us to be online. And I actively feel that my mental health gets drained slowly.
I saw that yesterday they did like a charity stream and there were like same people that hate Blue Sky. There is people hating on Blue Sky. What the fuck? Well, I mean, there is Elon Musk, but is Elon Musk harassing Mousey? But yesterday they did a charity stream, and when I was watching the stream, they were at $165,000 for people. So that's nice. Oh. That was a nice one. That was a nice one. That was a nice one. I made a nice one. I made a nice one. I'm very happy. It's a nice one. I made a nice one. It's probably the best one I ever did. You're angry at me. But don't be angry at me. I had to stomach ache all day.
Using any online platform, especially my personal case, Twitter. I think Twitter allowing people to make money from ads is probably one of the worst changes to any platform in history. Sure,
well, Twitter is shit, yes.
Here and there for tweeting a funny picture of my giant monkey behind me, but there are those who use it to spread misinformation, lies, just make stuff up.
What? What? Does anyone know about this shit? What is that? Twitter? What is that? I did.
Twitter allowing people to make money from ads is probably one of the worst changes to any.
There is ads on Twitter? Twitter ads? Huh? Huh?
I don't think I've quite lost as much faith in the internet as I have until now. But look, I'll be honest. This video is about
go to Blue Sky. It's time to change. Everyone says it. It's time to get the fuck away from Twitter.
I've seen a massive hate train against IronMouse, which I don't understand. And I know that you guys aren't the ones doing this. You guys watching this video are very normal and well-adjusted people, and I appreciate that. But
oh no, I'm not normal and I'm certainly not well-adjusted, but I know that you shouldn't stay on Twitter right now. Everyone is seeing it. The platform is not even allowing you to block people that are trying to harm you. I know that this is threatening to make the change, and I know it's a lot to try to jump away from the platform, but for your own sanity, you need to do it. And, I mean, okay, you're going to lose followers from Twitter, but I'm pretty sure that IronMouse is famous enough that in Blue Sky, if she starts having all her content over there, people are going to follow. You don't need to feed the beast, literally. I stopped using Twitter ever since Musk bought it. Yeah, myself, I had hesitation. I stopped using it around this time personally. I was still using it for work purpose, but I always had my Blue Sky. And I was always like trying to push towards the utilization of Blue Sky. And I'm very happy that most of the community of VTuber decided to go to Blue Sky. And I hope it's going to continue like this for the exact reason that like literally Connor is saying. For the exact reason Connor is saying. Twitter is a fucking hellhole. don't stay there. Don't stay there. There is nothing to save there anymore. The more you're going to stay on it, the worse it's going to be, because the more the less good people are going to go somewhere else. And the more you're posting your content there, the more you're trying to keep them there, which is very toxic in a way. I hope Blue Sky goes well enough that I can just drop all my other social media. Well, I don't know, because there is other social media that I kinda like, you know, depending on what I'm using. But what is sure is that I didn't hesitate. I dropped Twitter because, like, I felt almost like if it was my responsibility to do that, to encourage people to go away from something that was toxic for them.
There are a lot of people online that seem to just have fun ruining other people's lives.
That's always been the case, Connor. And I don't say that to defend them. I said that normally those people, they are drawn among the masses, but once again, on Twitter, they are becoming dominant, and the platform is encouraging them to do that and be like this. Musk wants that kind of content on his platform. He's making the rule bend in order to be able to do that, so... It's not the internet. Don't blame the internet for Twitter, please. Don't confuse internet with Twitter. I remember that people killed themselves over internet, even years ago. If you go on 4chan, it's always been one of the most toxic places where you can go. They literally like made a kid that killed himself the king of 4chan, and are celebrating the anniversary of this kid hanging himself every year, like if it was an event. Does that take away your faith in the internet? If you are like saying yes, then you don't understand the internet. The internet is like the Caribbean when the pirates were there. There is stuff that is good, there is stuff that is not good. Freedom is like this, and you need to be the ones that are like encouraging the trends that you want to see. And by staying on Twitter, you're not doing that. As much as... And it's not making these videos that will change anything, because you cannot make the people that left Twitter go back to Twitter. They... not after experiencing a return to something more stable and more like far less toxic than Blue Sky. And maybe you can say that if you go to Blue Sky, they're going to follow you there, but the fact is that you can block them on Blue Sky, something you cannot do on Twitter anymore. So it's already something that is better.
Don't understand it. Now, you're probably wondering, why am I bringing all of this up? Well, don't worry, it'll all make sense. Just get along for the ride and listen to the weird British man rant at you. You see, in 2024, IronMouse broke the all-time sub record on Twitch. It was
congrats.
A massive achievement. It was
congrats, IronMouse. I love you.
And an inspiring moment for
She's
all of us,
so great.
as well as Mouse. Unfortunately, probably what you didn't see was the deluge of vile comments, disturbing threats, and just overall hatred towards Mouse. And I'd love to tell you that this all started here and it's pretty much gone with now, but sadly this is a thing that has been going on for a very, very long time.
Oh yeah,
and this is not just for Mouse. VTubers in general have had to deal with a lot of shit just for being an anime girl or boy on the internet. So let's go back in time.
I kinda like that. I mean, I don't like that. But when people are like that toward me, it enables me to be even worse towards them. And it makes me feel good. But for people like IronMouse that need to be protected because precious, I wish they hadn't had to deal with that, you know? Me, when there is an hater that was there, it just gives me an excuse to be a bit like funny, you know? And like crush their balls. Mods? Please, can you make some bolo with their testicles? Yes, for the dogs, yes.
A little bit so that we can better understand the full scope of this mess. Yes, you got me.
But I can totally get that some people
100%. I'm not even trying
totally
to
like exhausted by it.
I also just want to bring a tiny bit of attention to the
because I'm insane and that's why I'm like
this. It's just for some reason acceptable, and hopefully that, you know, maybe this video can make a tiny bit of a change, because what some of these creators have to endure is on a level that I've never seen before on the internet, and I've been here for a very long time. 4 years ago, VTubers had a massive explosion in popularity here in the West. Now obviously they've been around in Japan for a while, because this is very Japanese coded. But, you know, 4 years ago, they blew up.
Yeah, I'm totally Japanese coded.
However,
Come
there was
on,
a
next
lot of pushback from people like me included who were kind of like, what is this? I don't know what this is. But I like it, but I don't know yet. I'm gonna see. And I'm sure any VTuber who was around
I
in this
put a
era
nose
can
on
tell you
myself
the
too.
amount of hatred that was given out towards VTubers. Like, why are you using a voice changer? Are you a man? Are you an AI, perhaps? You know, pretty uninspired, insulting comments. And during this boom is when a lot of people found IronMouse.
I don't think I know anyone that is using a voice changer except maybe the one with the robotic voice, and it's totally fine with me.
Twitch and kind of getting great viewership. Now, obviously, VTubers choose to be represented by an avatar for a multitude of reasons, but for Mouse, it was for anonymity, which is why most VTubers do it. And now, look, I cannot talk for Mouse. You know, Mouse is her own person. But, you know,
I can totally get that. We all have our reasons. And it's not like there is a bad reason.
Primary immune deficiency. Primary immune deficiency is slightly different to autoimmune diseases that you might have heard about. Autoimmune diseases are where your immune system kind of attacks itself, whereas primary immune deficiency means that your immune system just doesn't work or doesn't work very well. And I'm sure a lot of my viewers are familiar with this because I'm always raising money for charities that want to find cures and support people with primary immune. I never get it right. Primary immune deficiencies. I mess it up all the time. When you have a really bad case of primary immune deficiency, it means that stuff like vaccines don't work on you. It means that you're worried about getting sick constantly from everything. Whereas maybe you and I could eat a bunch of dirt, maybe going even near dirt or someone who's slightly ill 20 feet away could easily get you sick or give you a bad case of pneumonia. This disease means that Mouse pretty much can't interact with anyone and can't leave her room. And even if she wanted to, Mouse was disabled for a very long time and has slowly started to regain the ability to walk thanks to being able to finally support premium healthcare. Yay, love America! So this meant the only human contact the Mouse got was pretty much talking to her parents or very close family who she was kind of already adjusted to, and family who understood about the disease and took precautions. And look, I know this is a lot of information, but what I'm trying to get at is that you can only imagine how crushingly lonely this must be. Imagine not being able to leave your room. Yes, we were all there during COVID, but we at least knew that it was probably going to end at some point. And I'm sure many of you knew, me included, that this was awful for our mental health. Not being able to see the people that you care about or interact with friends or just have a casual interaction with a cashier person is interactions that I'm sure all of us missed. And it was thanks to VTuber tech.
I mean, you know, I know you meant well, you know, and I far from me to take away the spirit of the message you're saying, but in my case, I must be honest, I didn't miss the interaction with the cashier. I do still feel crushing loneliness, especially because I don't get out, you know. But yeah, not every contact was that much like, you know. I mean, sometimes the cashier is nice and it's okay, and sometimes like clearly the cashier did not have a great day, and so they want me to not have a great day, and those days I wish I could just stay more at home. But yeah, that's not the spirit. What he's talking about is oh she felt lonely, and it's true that it's for having experienced true loneliness when it's forced on you, it's very crushing. Anyway.
Technology getting so much better and more accessible that Mouse was able to stream like me or like you or like any other big streamer. It was a level playing field. And on top of that, if you were a more artistically inclined person, you could show off your artistic skills by, you know, I don't know, costume design or singing or lore or voice acting. There's so many more facets to it than me raging at Jump King. It's talent, okay? And one of the best clips of Mouse's early career is when she's trying to raise money to get a new medical bed. Basically, normal beds, not good. They don't offer you support. They don't allow you to, like, you know, go, like, lie upright. Basically, a lot more support. She asked her viewers if they'd be willing to donate towards that, and within minutes, they'd smash that goal.
I don't like to call my bed my workspace.
Yeah, I remember that. It was very wholesome.
My bed. It makes me feel very embarrassed. It makes me feel...
She wasn't able to like walk back then because she did education system. So basically having the possibility to have a medical bed versus a normal one was so important. It's an old model too, I love it. It's so retro.
Thank you so much for the dono.
They're just like, You can see the money like.
Mouse used to only stream for like an hour or two at a time, and then would go offline to take medication. But now feels comfortable enough to take the medication and still keep streaming, which I think is an amazing thing and something that
sometimes she's completely like.
Allowed her to do. And obviously,
you can tell that the medication is
talk and play crappy
taking
games
a
like
toll on her sometimes.
Singing skills. We all know that.
I don't want to call it cute because it's
and sounds incredible.
It's like.
You could look at me once more.
Combine that with aesthetically pleasing designs that are constantly changing. And
I want to sing like
YouTubers
her.
Eventually had their boom. Now, obviously, Twitch and YouTube have always been very gamer-centric and gamer.
Yes. I want to learn to sing like her. She inspires me a lot.
Reasonable people. Look, I was a Call of Duty kid. If I said the things that I said in those lobbies and they were recorded, I would not be here today. I would not have a career. Or any career. I was toxic, okay? Now look, I've been a content creator for 10 plus years online. It's been my entire adult life. I've been doing this for so long that I'm a fossil in internet years. And even before that, I would pretty much only spend my time on the internet. And it was normal that as a creator that you would get some kind of hatred towards you, or some people who would just blindly write mean comments. It was part of the job. Doesn't mean it's a good part or that we should accept it, but it's just kind of how it was. And because every creator would get a bunch of hate comments here and there, there was a kind of a mutual respect amongst creators that you wouldn't just blindly insult each other for no reason. You wouldn't insult someone you didn't know or you didn't have beef with. It was a thing that you could expect because that's how normal people behave. However, nowadays, it kind of feels like that's not the case anymore. It feels like it's kind of encouraged or okay to punch down and make fun of other creators that you don't like, or you think that something's weird about them.
Well, I can tell that myself, as soon as someone does that, and I'm going to be clear, as soon as someone punched on someone else for, like, no reason, if they justify their reason, like, different. But if they punched on someone else, like, for no reason, or on suspect of stuff I disagree with, I just leave. Like, really, I just leave. I've been thinking a long time about it, if I wanted to ever have beef with other content creator or not. I'm very small, will it destroy my career and stuff like this. But, like, I decided myself to never have a thread for another content creator. But I decided also that I could express my criticize about things they do if they do something that is confirmed, if I can see it with my own eyes, that is something that I disagree with myself. And I won't like push the stuff further than that, further than say that I disagree with it. But I still want to be able to like, be myself, which means not tolerating certain type of behaviors that I think are not good. And especially because I'm sure that people are going to be the same with me and criticizing me a lot about like my sexuality or open I am about it, because I know that I'm a French person. I'm very open, I'm very frank. It's a huge cultural shock for Americans to see a French girl that come here that talk about sex, kissing and having babies and like it's not something that is inside their culture. And I already got so much flack in private for that kind of behavior since I started hanging out with the USA communities on different games. It's not something they're used to. And I tried to please them at some point, and it just led them bullying me on another way, so fuck this. I'm going to be myself. And if you're not comfortable with those kind of topics, that's fine, you can leave. And if you're like me, a fucking degen that love talking about that kind of stuff because you think that life is beautiful and sex is pleasant, well, welcome aboard. We are here to talk about all this shit.
And this has happened a lot with VTubers. For example, in 2022, a massive TikTok creator, Noah Glenn Carter, made a video mocking the fact that people wanted to meet Mouse virtually. Here you go.
This might be the saddest video on the internet. So I want you to take a look at all these people. They were all trying to get the attention of a monitor. Basically, that's a popular VTuber on the monitor that was virtually attending an...
Huh? Why is this guy mocking the idea of people trying to get the attention of a monitor when he's talking to a monitor? He's literally doing the same thing.
Anime convention. And this whole crowd of people were following the monitor in hopes that they could get a picture with it.
Now, obviously, you and I know that Mouse...
He's literally talking to a screen. Why is it saying that it's weird to try to talk to a screen? He just wants to make the buzz. He can't be that dumb, right? This guy couldn't be that dumb.
Can't leave her room, and this is the only way that Mouse can walk around a convention or see any of her viewers, or any of those viewers can talk to Mouse. It's a rare experience for everyone involved, and an amazing feat of technology that we can even do anything.
Yeah,
like
it's
this.
nice.
And to his credit, he did apologize.
This is an apology to a creator called IronMouse because of this video. Now, in my video,
yeah, congrats on apologizing.
on this, I called the video one of the saddest videos on the internet, which is completely unnecessary on my part. And IronMouse actually responded, clarifying that the people weren't even crowding her, but instead they were crowding somebody named Connor that was there. I'm really sorry to you, IronMouse, if you're watching. My video was completely unnecessary. I really hope that my video didn't cause you any kind of negativity or anything. And again, I am so sorry if it did.
This is the most insincere apology that I ever heard about. This guy really didn't give a fuck at first, and he still doesn't give a fuck, and he's probably just doing that because he got a backlash from it. This is like an apology that is over the top. You don't need to go so much into that. I hope my video didn't cause any negativity. What the fuck? Did you watch your video? Do you mean that it doesn't cause any negativity? What part of your video you thought wouldn't cause negativity? You are literally mocking someone. What part of that did you thought about not causing negativity? Are you brain dead? Are you brain dead? Are you sure your father come inside your mother, or did you just pee inside? Because truly to myself, I think you have a lot of slush inside your head instead of your brain. Oh yeah, I'm going to make a video that mocks someone. Oh, I hope my video didn't create any negativity. Yeah, that's sure. Making videos that mock others, what a good way to create positivity in the world. What about I make fun of your smart ass? Stupid. Like I hate hypocrisy. Let me be honest, I hate hypocrisy, and like, God, you just say, okay, it was dumb of mine, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. Boom, it's done. Move on. Like, gosh. And yeah, as you say, it's stupid from a guy that is part of basically a culture that is all about individuals and the cult about them. And this guy doesn't even know who the fuck Connor is. Like, did you do any researches about that stuff? Like, how do you don't know who Connor is if you do a bit of research? Like, let's try. VTubing. Connor. Connor proves that he's not a baby. Oh, Connor is still a VTuber. Connor da. Okay. CD Connor. Boom. I have a Wikipedia article. This guy, despite wanting to make an apology video, didn't take 3 minutes to do a Google research to know who the fuck Connor was. And he's trying to pretend that his apology is sincere. Shit dog.
That video as soon as I post this one.
First of all, ouch. Second of all, you didn't think there was going to be any negativity?
Okay, he's saying the same shit as me. I love when he's saying the same shit as me. It tells me that I'm not that stupid, you know? It's telling me that I'm not that stupid. Chat, I'm not that stupid. I might be a loser, but I'm not that stupid, chat. Are you proud of me? Are you proud of me?
Look, to Noah's credit, he did apologize and take down the video. And I think that needs to be commended, as a lot of people don't have the common decency to do that anymore.
Shut up.
But would you not have taken it down if nobody complained?
Yeah, exactly. Why did you do it in the first place, man? What the fuck happened to you? Are you trying to imitate the other ones that basically started filming dead people in the wood? What part of your brain started thinking, okay, I'm going to do that and this is going to be good? No, you were basically perfectly knowing that it wasn't good, but you thought to yourself, okay, it's not good, but I want something. This thing is being famous and getting money, and I'm ready to basically trample over this person in order to attain that. And you did it. And you did it. And no matter what kind of apology you do after that, it doesn't change that right now, you're that kind of person. And it will take time for you to change. So maybe we see you in 5 years and maybe you will be different. But for now, you're basically just an asshole.
joined in. Haha, let's make fun of it. Would you not have taken it down? Or did you take it down just because people were like, hey man, you're kind of a dick? The reason why I show you this is not because I want to send any hatred. This is 2 years ago. It does not matter. It's over.
Yeah,
not...
it's 2 years ago, exactly. No, maybe it changed. We can move to something else. Or maybe it didn't, but we don't know. We don't have this thing anymore. People change over time, so... But gosh, this guy over 2 days in the past, 2 years in the past, what a fucking dick.
Send hatred towards another creator. And if you do, you are a piece of shit and you should not be here. But why is it now that you can just dunk on something that you don't know anything about, you don't understand, and you didn't bother to research?
But that's not specific to the internet. People always did that, basically. I mean, there is always people that are ready to trample others in order to achieve their objectives that are basically just being better with another group. And all of us experience that as a kid at some point, be it either the victim of being talked off or being the one doing the stuff or being part of the group that gets to be groomed in that way by criticizing the people we don't like. We know how it works. So as adults, we have been faced with that, and as a kid, we've been faced with that. As adults, we know that.
Into. Why is that the norm now? Why is it that you just post first and research second? Oh, I got some hate about this. I'll take it down. Don't worry about the other 500 videos where I blindly made fun of people I don't understand. The sad truth now is that it seems like it's okay if you're a large creator to be a dick to anybody you want or don't like or don't agree with. You know, having a large audience is a huge responsibility. Whether we like it or not, we are influencers. We influence people with our opinions and what we say.
It's not even that because you're an influencer, it's just that it's always been the case. When you are talking shit about someone, you're always influencing the people that are listening. Even if it's 2 people or 10,000 million people. The only difference is that your impact is more visible when there is more people, so you feel like you have more responsibility and power, but the fact is that it only takes one sometimes. Often it only takes one. The wrong person at the wrong moment, and you spit on another one, and it can end up in a tragedy. So you should always think twice before being basically any kind of very mawkish or judgmental without understanding.
Sure, some people watching this video right now will be influenced by my opinion on all of this stuff. That's how it goes. But for some reason, it's okay now to blindly hate others and send rabid fans to go and attack people and stuff they don't understand. Why? It's hard enough just existing right now. It is horrible living in this year. It is a miserable time to be alive. Why are we making it harder for everyone? And if you're a VTuber, it is kind of just accepted now that you just get this level of blind hatred all the time. It's insane. Why is this okay? Anyway, moving on with the time.
It's what we call the jump of the beast, which is basically the reaction of the people more conservative toward a new change in society. Sorry, my roommate wanted to take my pasta.
Mouse, and I assume most VTubers have had to deal with insult after insult that is normalized. For Mouse personally, this level of hatred and vitriol escalated another level when Mouse
I don't know why people are targeting Mouse this much.
Game Awards have this category.
Like, literally, why does people hate Mouse this much? I guess it's because the reaction... The more the VTubers are being known, the bigger the reaction is, because despite what Connor is saying, it is very targeted toward a certain amount of people that are basically visible, you know? Like myself, I won't get that much hatred, but people that are above 100, they're going to start to take some flack. And if you have at like 500 people that watch you take more flack, and 2,000, you take even more. And like when you're the top head, you take the more flack. And I think that's why IronMouse is so much targeted, but gosh. It's funny how even with VTubing is now over 15 years old, it's still heavily frowned upon by the normies. Because up until 4 years, it was something that was basically very secret. You can compare that. It's not the same thing, but you can compare that in a certain way to homosexuality. There was a good moment for which homosexuality, at least in modern society, was like under blanket. And it's a moment where basically it started to become a public affair, a social affair, something that is part of society in the broad daylight, that they started having this very escalation of violence towards the gay people. Before that, there were violences, but there were more like because someone was discovered, while the other were under the protection of the anonymity, protection that still caused a lot of stress and wasn't a protection that much rather than like forced to be anonymous or die, you know, but still. That was kind of the same type for all the VTubers, except like it wasn't you die, it was rather people don't get a shit of what you're doing about, and if you tell them, they laugh at the idea, you know, and they move on, which could be very hurtful. But now that VTubing started making records, like for example, IronMouse is literally the interesting analogy. Yeah, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing, okay? Don't try to tell that VTubing is a sexuality or that VTubers are like a victim of VTubophobia, like like there is homophobia in society. Don't push the analogy further than what I did. I'm just talking about, there is a process similar at this point, which is basically, for a long time, it was discrete. There is a tolerance toward deviancy, because deviancy, as we use in sociology, which means any behavior that is outside of the norm, there is a tolerance for deviancy as long as the deviancy is kept under a blanket, is kept secret. As soon as the deviancy starts trying to be accepted as something that is part of the norm, a huge percentage of the people that like part of the norm, well, a huge percentage, a certain percentage of the people that are part of the norm are going to extremely aggressively react to it. And this is what is happening right now. Which is, by the way, and that's what is wonderful about society, because this stuff is always seen in our society, in our days. But by making so much noise around this new deviancy that try to become a normality, the people that hate VTubing, or the people that hated people that were homosexual, they proceed to help making this deviancy more visible, and the more deviancy is visible and seen in everyday life, the more it becomes a normality, because the way society accepts new deviancy into the norm is by living with the deviancy in everyday life situations. You take someone that is very homophobic and doesn't really know why, and you put him in a place where basically there is a lot of gay people accepted in the community and something like that, and it's just there, you know? And this homophobia is going to start to disappear, because basically, suddenly his preconception of the notion of what homosexuality is challenged by the fact that it's not what is happening. He's not in danger because there is homosexual near him. He's not like turning homosexual. He's not like seeing the society collapse. So all his preconceptions are being destroyed and replaced by the reality of the fact that it's just something that is happening and it's fine. And it's the same like there. Basically, by making so much hate on IronMouse, the subject is becoming bigger and bigger, because those people that hate IronMouse, what do? They speak about IronMouse, and doing that, they help IronMouse become more famous. And so basically, they are rendering VTubing into something that is normal. That's what is happening. That's the processes of normalization in society. And basically, good job being assholes, guys. You're managing to make yourself appear as asshole, and you're normalizing the stuff so that in 10 years, nobody is going to be like, huh? Why? VTubing is lame. No, well, there's still some that will be like that, but most people are just going to be like, oh yeah, VTubing, I heard about that. I don't know much, but it's okay. Thank you for the advice. Thank you. Thank you a lot. It's just about that. It's just about there is nothing more normalizing than an ordinary life with something that we judge deviancy. And that's also why we need to not tolerate certain behavior. Am I going to sleep? Good, I get my zzz. Good night, Alicante. See you later. Take care. Bye. And thank you for staying this much. It made me very happy. Yeah. When we don't manage to get to the site, what? Don't know what the fuck they were talking on the stream.
For Content Creator of the Year. Obviously, this year had a massive amount of very, very big creators that I'm sure we're all familiar with. But to the surprise of Mouse, and to most of us, Mouse got nominated. And this isn't saying that Mouse didn't deserve it. Mouse had an amazing year. Mouse had raised a ton of money for charity, had broken the all-time sub record for a woman on Twitch, and had done just some of the most amazing shit when you consider that Mouse is bedridden and has to have medication every single day that completely changes how any of this would be done, and providing such an insane energy to every stream whilst battling a ton of medical issues that are permanent throughout Mouse's life. I think the nomination is deserved, and by some sheer miracle.
And even without that, she would still deserve the nomination, by the way. Mouse is not just reduced to her sickness. She's a person before all, and honestly, she's incredible as a person, sick or not.
Mouse had won the award. It was a crazy achievement, and nobody expected Mouse to win, to be honest, because Mouse was by far the smallest creator out of the ones that were nominated.
And the game award goes to
Mousey.
IronMouse. So, IronMouse couldn't be here tonight because IronMouse is animated, and sadly, we're not in the Matrix yet.
Obviously, these creators were massive, and a lot of their fans that were watching the Game Awards were a bit upset about Mouse winning the award. This has led to a constant, and I cannot preface this enough, a constant stream of hatred now that Mouse has had to deal with openly on all of her socials for years now. This is the level of hatred that is normally, like, I just gotta show you. I gotta show you. It's like ridiculous. This is 2022. Back when Mouse's comments were pretty normal, I'd say. As you can see here, this is beating Kai. Okay, a little negative and unnecessary, but not that bad. This over Kai? Bro, who are you? You know, it's and luckily at this point, not
this
all the comments
Kai,
are like
what
this,
the fuck is Kai?
by
Oh,
far the most
another
liked
content
ones.
creator.
And it only gets worse the closer we get to today. You all came from that Kai video, right? This is #1 streamer. No way blood, this is #1 streamer. This is who gets #1 on Twitch. It's an evil world we live in. And you'd think, okay, maybe some...
And the worst is that by doing these very negative comments, they are actually encouraging the algorithm to show this video more, because the algorithm doesn't care if your comment is negative or positive, be it on TikTok or on your YouTube. It only cares about how much you are engaging with the content that is offering to you. So the more those people are hateful toward IronMouse, the more they are making IronMouse visible via the algorithm of those videos. So in addition to being fucking jerks, they are actually shooting themselves in the feet like fucking morons. That's what is like incredible. If you hate someone and you don't want their content to be like popular, the best way to do that is to click the I'm not interested and block them. This is the best way to make the algorithm of any social media be like, okay, this is not something they want to interact with. I should not send them that. And it is a -1 really. Otherwise, push towards the bottom, push towards the top, negative comment, positive comment. You already think that the algorithm is able to understand the fuck you're saying when your brain rot is typing anything on a keyboard like monkeys, like we are. You think that when I said get red maxing, no lesbo, get back home, otherwise I'm going to basically death max your ass, you know? You won't understand shit of what I'm saying. You just see a string of characters and it's counting the number of characters and it's like, wow, this video got 50% more characters than before. I should even more propose it to everyone. So, those guys are morons. I mean, you already knew that, but like, they are very much stupid.
Something happened at the time. This has been pretty much constant until now. Speed and Kai on top. How is the streamer of the year?
Hello, Yasmin, welcome.
This won the award, by the way. Oh, hell nah. This is who won. No cap, who's IronMouse. Brain rot. This beats Cypher PK Game Awards are wild. Why did you win? No way this one.
You can see how much more attention they're bringing literally to our content.
Look, it's because Mouse won the Streamer of the Year. It probably stops after that. Oh no! So many people like, post this on Instagram Reels. Post this on Reels. Oh yeah, great, because love that. Love being toxic on Instagram. Bro, who are you? I'm begging you, please.
I don't even understand what is Reels.
Why are you so cruel? What the f? Just chill the f out, man. Who the f is watching this? This thing has the most subs on Twitch.
Well, who the fuck is watching this? You, moron. You came here, and you're literally watching it, so congrats on being stupid.
How did you beat Kai? No human being on the planet wearing this. Okay, well, I wear it, and it's on fire, okay? On my life, I've never in my wearing this.
Okay, I would wear it. I'm sorry, I would wear it. IronMouse, if you ever watch my video, and oh, wow, we need to supreme someone trying to talk, but yeah, I had a bot, sorry. IronMouse, if you ever watch my video and you want to send me this, I will wear it. I will wear it every day. I love it. It's very beautiful. I love it. I mean, I like that kind of clothes. People are unilaterally wear the Aego shirt. People are wearing this. Yeah, totally true. 100% true. If they wear the Aego stuff, they can wear IronMouse without any problem.
Geez. On my life, I've never in my entire life seen a single stream. Why do you care?
Yeah, and why the fuck are you commenting
like, if I just haven't seen something, I just don't interact. I don't understand what has happened. Where we all
in all my life, I never come inside a rat.
And be like, yeah, guys, we hate this, right? Who cares?
Nobody cares.
You're a loser. This has gone on for months. It's pretty much just led to Mouse just not posting on TikTok, which I feel is really f***ed up. You can just successfully bully a massive creator off a platform. The reason why this all happened, by the way, is just because Mouse won an award. What? And this is just the stuff that Mouse gets on her own socials. This doesn't include the hatred that she receives from just existing in those posts from those low-tier bait Twitter accounts that post, "Can you believe this cartoon is beating Mars streamer, guys?" And it only escalated once more when IronMouse got the all-time sub record on Twitch, which led to a bunch of news articles tweeting about it and people talking about it. And unfortunately, a lot of people were just being blindly hateful. And of course, this level of hatred doesn't just stay on the platforms you'd expect it to. It's also in Mouse's chat. Here is a 85-page document of just some recent bans of people saying the most heinous shit.
Damn it.
Now, you're telling me this bitch-ass VTuber surpassed Kai Cenat. God, you know these people are so
ugly.
Who
the fuck is Kai Cenat? I don't know who the fuck is that.
This is the bitch that broke Kai's record. I refuse to believe any of you are real human beings unless you have less
than 60
it's the
guy
IQ.
that is like bad at Dark
Souls,
I think.
I've been watching this shit for 10 minutes and I want to kill myself.
My experience with Connor hasn't been on the good impression side, which is mostly from his podcast with another AniTuber. What is AniTuber? But he has my respect for this video. Myself, I don't know much about Connor. All I know is basically that he's doing a lot of bike in order to get fun for people, and that he's supporting IronMouse. So, AniTubers, okay. But yeah, I don't know much more about that. I don't expect too much of it. I mean, I don't expect much overall of people before I know them, because I know that we all have our different backgrounds, and I know our society is and tend to push most people towards something. So by pure reason, by pure statistic, by pure probability, we have more chances to be toward people that have certain biased view on stuff rather than like people that are totally decent or stuff like this, you know? It's like very just probability, sadly, because a society molds people into certain shape. But I mean, I would take Connor every day compared to like so many other streamers that are like very problematic.
How do people watch this shit, you weirdos? You'll never get on Kai's level. You guys know this is a fat guy, right? Amongst obviously all those insults, a lot of people saying that Mouse is lying about her illness, which, I mean, I don't have to tell you why that's wrong. Like, look at this. This is psychotic. This is fucked up. How is this okay? And by the way, this is the list, obviously, that doesn't include the N-word bans, or that would be another 20 pages. Because of course it would be. Like if this was my chat, I just would not stream.
Why isn't Kai isn't Kai black? Why do they use the N-word?
100%. I want to make this clear. I'm not blaming any creator. Obviously, we saw a lot of people name dropping Kai, saying how could this lose to Kai and all that stuff. This is not
digital
me
tribalism.
Kai.
Yeah.
I think his audience is at the size that is absolutely absurd. At that level, you can try and tell your viewers, hey man, look.
Maybe I'm just an old fart on the internet. I've been there since the creation of internet, and I must say that I always saw that basically it never stopped being like this. To me, it never stopped being like this. It's always been like this. Not that it's not a comment to say that let's drop any expectation. It's not a comment to say that oh no, that is so sad, or oh no, this is wonderful. It is literally a constatation of me being like, okay, this always been like this. We could change that. We could change that, I guess. If there was it would take a lot of effort and reflection, but there is a way to change that, I think, yeah. But it requires the cooperation of people in very much position of power, and I'm not sure they want to change that. So yeah, basically that's what I have to say on that. I mean, yeah, I tried in even before Facebook existed, I was already like seeing case of basically numerical harassment by by mails and photo and stuff like this. So yeah. And even before electricity existed, I'm pretty sure there was stuff like this. I mean, look at people hunting witches, for example. Isn't that a very big case of crowd hating someone because they do things differently?
Respectful, which Kai has on numerous times. He's openly praised IronMouse and been very supportive towards small creators.
IronMouse has always been top 5 all time.
Yeah,
She's somebody I had to
nice.
pass during my first subathon. Now, I know people are defensive. I know a lot of people defend me and shit like that. But, Chad, if you actually looked at her stream and actually kept up with what she's doing, you feel what I'm saying? Not only was it for a good cause, but it was pretty well put together.
But obviously, you know, as a creator, you do still have some influence over your viewers. And I think it's
That's
important
a very
to make sure
big
that when you see
room.
this behavior in the community that you call it out. And I'm not entirely sure
such a
when
big
this happened
room.
online, but it feels like it's okay to just blindly make fun.
I think it was different kind back in the old day. It wasn't tied to mega consumerism like it is now. Back then, the internet was niche and circle of interest were small and lightning night. But with mega consumerism, it's a whole different sinister being. I think that the playground, if we can call that, is different. But I think the processes are the same that they were. That's what I was trying to say by the comment about witch hunting. It's basically a processus of, as I saw, deviancy and normalization, and norm responding to deviancy and deviancy being integrated in the norm. And this way of behaving can be, it's a recipe that can be made different in a lot of ways depending of where it is applied. But it is a recipe that is as old as society.